E aí galera, beleza? Aqui quem fala com vocês é o Gustavo, né? Galera, estamos aqui dando sequência à nossa série que eu comecei de GreedFall. O jogo é bastante bacana, interessante. O jogo tem muita narrativa também, mas porém as batalhas parecem ser épicas. O que temos aqui? Ok. Então galera, eu vou pedindo a vocês que vão deixando o gostei, compartilhando o vídeo, se inscrevendo, ativando o sininho da notificação que isso ajuda bastante. Cara, tem muitas coisas diferentes aqui, viu? Aqui também é uma missão. Sim, aqui também é uma missão. Vamos concluir essa então. Vamos lá então. Oh meu Deus!
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantin and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do.
Ok, então, perguntar sobre...
Could you tell me anything about Ptolemy?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Ptolemy are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Ptolemy, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints. That heresy is tolerated, and that your treaties with the Bridge Alliance are maintained.
How's Thélème faring on Tirfredi?
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult, disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
Agora ia
I must be
embora.
going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Então, galera, o jogo requer um pouco de paciência também, porque ele tem uma narrativa muito alta, muito estendida. Será que temos mais alguma coisa aqui em cima? Oh, eu não posso subir. Vamos ver aqui, ó, o próximo aqui do lado.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi. My cousin Constantin is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your sincere wishes for success.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
Be careful. Vamos perguntar sobre. É que desbloqueia alguma missão também.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Saad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Relacionamento dele.
Could
Uma
you give me your
congregação
understanding of the relations between the
aliança.
congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
Freddy.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tier 3D for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet.
Cara,
Alas,
vou
I haven't
começar
been
por
able
lá,
to go. It is a luck. The
desculpa,
vegetation
cara.
we some savage, but you shall.
Pra mim é muito
And what
assunto,
of your
cara,
war-
em
If I-
paralelo.
Direct.
Ah lá,
I
não
need to be
acrescentou em
going.
nada.
Goodbye, Excellent.
Goodbye.
Eu acho que não é todas as conversas que vão desbloquear uma missão principal, cara, eu não sei. Então eu conversei lá no porto, lá que a gente conversou com o camarada. Eu fui embora, eu voltei e conversei de novo alguns dos assuntos aleatórios e desbloqueei missões. Pode ser que isso não se aplique a todos. O que temos aqui? Nada. Completando missões. Em GreedFall você geralmente pode completar missões de vários jeitos diferentes. Sardet tem várias mais de uma carta na manga. Astúcia, persuasão, intuição, corrupção, criação de itens. Esses são alguns dos caminhos disponíveis para se alcançar os objetivos. Para se tornar melhor nessas áreas, gaste os pontos de árvores de talentos correspondentes ou vistas equipamentos com bônus. Ameaças em combate também são opções quando os inimigos não estiverem receptivos aos seus talentos. Beleza.
Good day, Tavern Keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
Pergunta sobre
I'm
Constantin.
looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age, hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes, quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'd be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Que isso, gente? Paga o estalajadeiro. Mas onde que se encontra? Olha isso aqui, ó.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
Aqui em cima não tem nada. Aqui embaixo tá mais uma porta.
Locked. I don't have the key.
Não tem chave, não tem gazua.
I don't have the key.
Encontrei um. Falta outro. Tem um aqui em cima. Chave do depósito taverneiro. Não tem um gazua. Cara, essa gazua, mano, já é a terceira vez já que eles me pedem ela. Terceira. E aí, é pior que eu não posso, não tem como comprar ela. Essa chave, acredito eu, que me dá acesso em algum local lá embaixo. Deixa eu descer aqui.
Locked.
Usar a chave. Que isso, gente? Tá, acho que não era aqui. Antigos armazéns. Brother, não é aqui que eu tenho que estar.
And there you have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Pronto, arrumei.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
Yes, just like new. Or nearly.
That does indeed look like fine work. You know what you're doing.
I would hope. Can you tell me where I can find my cousin now?
Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint? Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Ok. Olha só. Pegamos moedas de ouro. Cara, é um lugar bem pobre aqui, mano.
If you had any idea who I am. Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantin's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Localiza Constantine e agora liberte Constantine. Pelo diálogo ali. Entra se alertar. Tá, eu não acho que aqui agora vai ser um problema. Que me requer ponto. Entra em modo furtivo. Tem que encontrar a entrada. Ah, não. Sim, aqui por baixo. Ah, cara, sério mesmo isso? Vou ter que dar a volta. Vamos subir aqui. Virar aqui. Descer aqui. Tô descendo aqui, eu nem sei se é aqui. É.
It's not possible just now.
Ciência nível 1. A cara. É bem provável que eu acho que eu vou ter que concluir missões secundárias, mano. Em paralelo com as principais. Tem uma outra. Percepção dos inimigos. Quando o jogador está no modo furtivo perto de inimigos, o indicador de detectação aparecerá acima de sua cabeça. Se sua presença for detectada ao inimigo, o indicador será preenchido até que você seja percebido como perigoso, o que iniciará o combate. O indicador tem dois status, desconfiado em amarelo e detectado em vermelho.
He needed to be taught a lesson, but it's better we grab some coin. With all those posters we posted, someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster. making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out. Or
Esquenta.
gag him.
Usar
I don't have
chave.
the key.
Não tem chave. Então acho que vamos ter que procurar. Ah, não tem ninguém aqui não, posso andar de boa. Não. Pegar a chave da sala de Constantin.
Locked.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress.
Constantine, it's me!
My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
Equipamento de companheiros. Selecione Constantin na tela do inventário com direcional esquerdo e direito. Equipe Constantin com trajes dele. Velho gibão bordado.
If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
They haven't spotted us. We could sneak out of here silently. We have a ship to board.
You've always been the reasonable soul. Don't you think these brutes deserve a punishment?
Yes, without a doubt. But don't you think there are more
Vamos
pressing
mudar
matters?
então nosso chapéu.
It is your highness's decision to make.
Apesar que eu não gostei muito
Whatever
desse
it is,
aqui, mas
I
ele
shall
vai me
follow.
trazer mais recursos bons. O que temos aqui? Peso. Equilíbrio, 72, 30, 24, 10. Ih, eu não tenho tolerância. Mouse. Bolsa. Ih, rebalanceado. Esse aqui parece melhor, né? Não. Requisito fuzil precisão 1, não tem. Esse chapéu é bem estranho, viu? Vai fazer o quê?
To my help, and
Moeda de ouro. Ok, qual missão que temos aqui perto? Temos essa aqui, ó. Qual já está sendo marcada. Falar com Vasco.
Sir? Constantin d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Fredi. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
Pedir permissões para embarcar, perguntar sobre os Eres. Perguntar sobre, pedir permissão para embarcar.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly, but keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
Partir de Sirene, fica mais um tempo. Beleza, galera, vamos
You're
ficar mais
quite
um
right. I
tempo.
do have a thing or two to put in order.
Then be quick with it. There isn't much time left before the tide rolls out.
Vamos embora.
Be back soon, Captain.
Beleza, então. Galera, o que eu quero fazer aqui é o seguinte. Eu vou concluir algumas missões secundárias aqui também. Mas aqui não dá, porque eu não tenho gazua. Onde que eu desbloqueio essa gazua, cara? Acho que eu não tenho recurso pra... Quer ver? Vamos dar uma analisada aqui rapidinho. Essa gazua, cara. Ah, mano. Que dor de cabeça. Tem igual do Tomb Raider, mano. Shadow of Tomb Raider. Chegou um momento que eu precisava da gazua, né? E a vendedora tinha perdido a vendedora. Eu consegui achar ela depois. Caso vocês também nunca conseguiram achar essa vendedora da gazua, vou estar deixando o link no card aí. E vou estar deixando na descrição também qualquer coisa. Criação permite que você melhore suas armas de armadura, permite que você crie poções e armadilhas. Tá. Eu quero essa gazua. Eu crio ela ou eu ganho ela? Isso aí que eu não sei.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
Perguntar sobre o grumete, perguntar sobre o Capitão Vasco.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Sim. Eu acho que as missões secundárias também vão ser essencial para adquirir mais pontos de experiência. Falar com Lauro.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Thank you, Laura. I need to be going.
Tá, tem mais informação que eu preciso.
Hello again. Well, no, but I...
Pergunta sobre o Capitão
What do you
Vasco.
think about Captain Vasco?
He's a tip.
Pergunta sobre o Grummet. Pergunta
Were you a
sobre
witness
o-
to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few the other day in the town. And then when we left,
Vou
him
pular
and
assim de
I,
leve
well,
assim,
those
mano,
brutes
porque é
were there.
muito diálogo,
Why didn't you
cara.
intervene?
I tried to, but
Did you report this to the captain?
And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Thank you, Laura. I need to be going. Hello again. Well, no.
Eu perguntei sobre mais
Did
coisas.
Jonas seem troubled to you?
Maybe.
Do you know what was on his...
No.
Pergunta sobre o
Why
saqueador.
would anyone want...
How would I know?
It's just that I can't imagine... Did anyone else see the...
There was still a... I seem to recall kind of fellow who, but now and again he comes out.
Pergunta sobre o Capitão. Ah,
Thank you, Laura.
agora sim.
Could I trouble you again?
Have you found Jonas?
Not yet, but I haven't given up. About that.
Ele tinha inimigos.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
Pergunta se ele tinha
Does he know
amigos.
anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Hábitos de
What does
Jonas.
Jonas do in his free time? When you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Pergunta quando ela a viu o Grummet pela
When did you
última
last
vez.
see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Vamos lá. De novo, o taberneiro, coitado.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Perguntar sobre o desaparecimento de Grummet. Perguntar sobre o desaparecimento de Grummet. Perguntar sobre
I'm
sequestro.
looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A no, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping. In my establishment. You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Falar sobre
Someone told
testemunha.
me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to
E
be off.
embora.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize
Que
you.
isso, gente? Olha o
Am I
olho
in
do
your
cara.
debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
O que aconteceu aquela
Tell me
noite?
what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Pedi mais informações sobre o Ricasso.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Theleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Good people, don't be afraid.
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being
That's the
said,
truth.
it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take 2.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now! There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Olha essas raízes, cara.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Ok, vamos lá. Eu vi o rosto dessa mulher. Um quadro caído quando a gente foi salvar o nosso parceiro ali. Ah, parece que ela tá
Oh,
ficando
I know
esperando.
you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Fala sobre alteração na taverna.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
A missão secundária é bem grande, hein? Vamos lá. Oh, com licença. Será que é por aqui?
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Sir,
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
we should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Então sobre os hereges.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Não conta muita coisa.
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency.
And so you know?
Of course. And they will make you feel free to the port.
Beleza.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Oh, how I would like my father to be implicated in this sordid business. Our old teacher must surely know what's going on here. Let's go talk to him.
Your Highness, I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning worried both your father and me.
Come now, Sir de Corsilion. My father may have been angry, outraged, or disappointed, but he's never worried about me. I am sad to have caused you any worry, though. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail, guarded by thugs ready to kill me? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was preparing an ingenious escape plan when... Ta-da! My dear cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the fairy tale damsel in distress.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before such an important departure.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsilion. It is the salt of life.
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, de Sade?
Perguntar sobre o futuro do papel dele na família. Náuticas e
I've had a word with
Constantine.
Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, the children born, but certain from time to time.
Are you telling me?
But Sir Fontaine...
Do you mean he would have offered up his own...
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child. What counts most? Breaking a contract with...
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly,
O que
that
mais
is ugly.
temos aqui?
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Bilhete para a empregada. Alice, gostaria que você preparasse algumas refeições e as levasse para o armazém que temos no canal. O meu marido terá que trabalhar lá com seu escravo. Que isso, Jesus? Lá com seu escrivão e seus homens por alguns dias. Então faça comida suficiente para todos e seja discreta. Não queremos que outras famílias saibam sobre o que está
This
acontecendo.
document mentions another property, a warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
O que temos aqui?
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
A handful of underlings don't scare us away. Right, cousin?
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Sir de Sade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance. Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say?
Carisma, tentar argumentar com
You've taken
ele.
your son against his will. Is that what you call being a good...
If I hadn't taken him back...
If that's what he wants...
For his mother... My boy has changed.
Very well. All children leave the nest one.
Reputação mais um.
So it's here that our man keeps his son. Abusive fathers.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my...
Yes. Even...
That doesn't surprise me. I feel more sorry for my mum.
You don't seem to be all that close to...
I hadn't seen them since I... Find me? My family is the...
Yes.
Ok. Ok, então galera, então vamos ficando por aqui então. No próximo vídeo vamos dar sequência, continuidade a essa missão. Se vocês gostaram, deixa o like, compartilha aí, se inscrevam e ative o sino da notificação, que isso me ajuda bastante. E no próximo vídeo vamos continuar então. Acredito que isso aqui já é a reta final dessa missão secundária e vamos voltar para a missão principal de novo.